is €5 per square meter a month. And all these are managed by 200 proud employees. And last but not least, the most important challenge, as I said, is that 13,000 of these homes are heated with gas, and 5,000 of these are heated with individual gas heaters. And before I present our solution for these 5,000 individual gas heaters, I want to explain you our basic parameters we have set. First of all, there is the centralization of all these individual gas heaters in the flats. And this must be as minimal as possible in the flats. Then followed the construction of local heating networks or energy grids, and also the installation of photovoltaic systems on each house. The temperature control or cooling of the flats, keyword free cooling, and if it's necessary, the thermal retrofitting of the house. The goal is to keep the costs neutral compared to gas heating, while at the same time improving comfort. Our journey begins in 2017 with our pilot project in the 2nd district, Miesbachgasse 10. And a little bit more facts. This property was built in 1966 as a lot of our buildings. I think 80% of our buildings are built between in the 50s or in the 60s. In 2012, there was installed a full thermal insulation facade of 12 centimeters, and the windows were renewed, the basement ceilings and the attic insulation were installed. In the two photos, you can see the individual gas heaters, gas boilers connected directly to the chimneys, well hidden in the flats behind furniture. We installed what we called a community thermal hub, in German Gemeinschaftstherme. It is not the perfect word for this, but in the beginning we talked about this with this vocabulary, and so it's hold on for the time. It is a central heating hub in the attic with the gas supply line and then adding horizontal distribution lines to the chimneys. In the background on the left photo, you can see the heating room, and in the foreground the distribution lines directly to the chimney. We think the first step consists into centralize all these individual gas flow heaters. The energy source can be replaced later. In this project, we use a heat pump. The gas heater in the attic that you see on the left side behind is only for a backup. And since we installed the heat pump, we don't need the backup anymore. Another photos, the chimneys aren't necessary anymore. They are for the original purpose, so we use them as empty conduits for the gas connection pipes. You can see in the photo on the right, and on the left photo in the front, the chimney, the directly lines to the chimney, to the chimney. In the flat, the old individual gas heaters are disconnected and replaced by electric hot water boilers with a volume of 80 liters each for hot water supply. The community thermal hub in the attic is only for space heating. Here you see on the left side the old situation, the heating and the hot water going directly from the individual boiler, and on the right side the electric hot water boiler and the service pipes leading directly to the chimney. Based on our experiences, with currently around 150 planned objects and 47 objects that have already been implemented, the costs. For the construction of the boiler house, the horizontal distribution lines, the flat connection lines, the dismantling of the gas boiler, and the installation of an electric hot water boiler, the amount between 3,000 to 4,900 euros per flat, depending on the location of the chimneys in the flats. Our community boiler is being built in the sense of a community facility, such as the laundry rooms or anything else. The construction costs around 3,000 to 4,900, will be financed from the building's reserves, similar to the individual gas floor heaters in the flat. The costs around to replace an individual gas heater to another individual gas heater are around 4,000 to 5,000, so we are cost neutral. The heating costs, that means the energy costs, are invoiced separately to our tenants. As a bulk energy buyer, we only charge the costs. We do not make prices to our customers. The communication with our tenants. You don't believe, but it's the most important thing for us and the most difficult thing. As soon as the central heating is installed in the attic, we start the communication. The illegal flats are informed about the possibilities to get connected to the new systems. We are using folders and information videos. After this presentation, I will show you one information video that is really funny, and we are very happy with it. Appointments can be made directly from the tenants online, so they can use their own appointment. If tenants are not willing to connect to the collective heater, we do not force them. But latest, when their individual gas heater is broken or when they leave the flat, we connect them to the system. Next, what we all probably agree is that a rise in temperature is unstoppable in the future. In urban areas, the overheating of homes is a hot topic. On the photo, you can see our dystopia. It's horrible for the cityscape. The atmosphere is heated up even more, and the power consumption and noise level rises up. To ensure that our houses do not look like this, we have set ourselves the following goals. A reduction of the room temperature by at least 2 degrees, and the extracted heat must not go unused into the atmosphere. And so we come to our second pilot project. It is in the 4th district, Große Neugasse, and the core of the project is the building component activation. This facade temperature control system cools the living space in summer and warms them in winter. What we are doing, slots were milled in the outer facade, a fine meshed network of water hoses was laid in them, and then the thermal insulation was installed on top. With the measure we have introduced basic heating and reduced heat loss through the facade. In summer, the water in the system is cooled by a heat pump. The electricity for the heat pumps comes directly from the photovoltaic system on the roof. The heat from the facade is via 8 geothermal probes stored 100 meters deep in the ground. In winter, the heat from the ground storage turned back into the facade and reducing the additional heating requirements. In summer, the flats are around 2 degrees colder. In winter, the heating requirement can be reduced to 20 to 25%. The costs For the total facade activation, only the facade activation, not the geothermal probes or the photovoltaic system, only the mills in the facade. Without an existing insulation, it's about 3,600 euro per flat, and with a full thermal insulation, it's about 5,200 euro. And finally, the video that I promised, a little bit in a Mission Impossible style. I hope you enjoy it, and thank you for your attention.